Hello people, this is Code Grind and today we'll be talking about Emmet abbreviations and how they help us in saving our time. So let's begin. So Emmet abbreviations are basically very short syntaxes which help you in writing your HTML code in a very fast manner. They are plugins which are already installed in your text editor. All text editors do not have them, but I use Microsoft Visual Studio Code which already has it, and I'll be showing it to you in VS Code only. So the first shortcut which we have is an exclamation mark. So as you can see, it shows right here that exclamation mark is an Emmet abbreviation, and what it does is it provides you with a basic layout of any HTML document. It has all the basic tags included. So as you can see, you just need to type an exclamation mark and press enter, and it gives you this whole layout. So how cool it is. Now, moving on with our list, and the next we have is how to write tag names. So instead of writing tag names like first the angular bracket, then the tag name, then closing it, what the Emmet way of writing it is just write the tag name and press enter, and it will itself provide you with the opening and the closing tag of the respective tag. Like for span also, if I press span and then press enter, it will provide me with opening and closing tags of span. Same goes with every other tag. What it also provides us is with that it provides us with all the basic attributes of some specific tags. Like with an anchor tag, we need to have an href. So as I press A and enter, it provides us with the href attribute. And in a similar way, like in an input tag, if I press enter, it will provide me with type attribute, so we don't need to go to the inside of the tag and type, like we don't need to do this input then type is equal to text. It just provides us with it, so our time is saved. Like for image tags, src and alt, so you get the idea of what it does. Now the next, moving on, we all face this difficulty is that we write the div tag and then class is equal to container. So it's kind of a lengthy method of doing it, but the Emmet method is that you just type the tag name, then dot, and then the class name. Boom, you have the class container. So what I did is, let me show it to you again, like div, then dot, then the class name. So dot basically is the class identifier. So dot is the class identifier, and in the similar manner hashtag is the ID identifier. So dot and hashtags work in the similar manner as they work in CSS. So let me show it to you once again. Like if I press div.box, then it will give me a div tag with a class of box, like this. Let's work with another example of ID. Like I have div, then hashtag, and like my div. So it will give me a div with ID of my div. You can also have multiple classes such as div dot container for say, and then if you want to add another class to it, you just type another dot and the next class name, let's say box. So it will give you a div with two classes, container and box, like this. You can also have an ID included like hashtag my div. So as you can see, we have two dots. That means the div will have two classes, container and box, and we have an ID my div. So this will generate this kind of a element. So how cool it is, right? Now moving on, I will show you about attributes. So sometimes we want some attributes to be present, like in a radio button. If by default in a radio button, like input type is equal to radio, but if you want some basic things such as name and value for the radio button, you can do it like this: input, and then you can open the box bracket, which is an attribute identifier, and then you can just write the attribute which you want. Like I want the name to be radio, so I just type it like this inside the box brackets, and it will give me an input with name of radio, like this. And the type, you need to type it on by yourself, like radio. You can also give multiple attributes, such as if I want type is equal to radio, then it will give me input type is equal to radio and name is equal to radio. So you can have as many attributes as you want. I can also add value of button to it, and it will give me 3 attributes like this. So this is how you work with classes, IDs and attributes. The dot is the class identifier, the hashtag is the ID identifier, and the box brackets are the attributes identifier. So this is how it works. Now moving further, we have siblings. So what siblings are, basically they are elements which have the same parent tag. Like if I want 3 tags, div, let's say h1 and p, I have separated them using the plus symbol. Now what it does is, if I press enter now, it will give me 3 different tags which are siblings to each other. Now sibling means they should be inside the same tag. Now these all 3 are inside the body tag. That means these all are siblings to each other, and they're separated by a plus symbol when you're writing in it Emmet abbreviation. Let me give you another example, like h1 and p. So h1 plus p will give me 2 tags, h1 and the paragraph tag, which are siblings to each other, like this. You can also go on with nesting. Nesting is can be very useful when you are writing certain things such as unordered list or ordered list, where you need to have an li tag inside an ul tag. So it works like this: you just type ul, then a greater than sign, and then li. So what it will give you is a li tag inside a ul tag, like this. So this is how it works. Now you can also have multiple nesting such as div, then inside then a nav, then inside that in ul, then li, and it will give you something like this. So it will really save your time while you're writing HTML, and you can just focus on some other things. Now you can also have classes and IDs while you're working with nesting and sibling, like this. If you want a div with a container, and then inside it you want a nav with the ID of navbar, and inside if you want ul with a class name of list, then inside that if you want li with a class of item, you can just have it all at once. You can just write it all at once and it will generate the required code like this. So a lot of your time is saved by this. Otherwise you will have to navigate to the respective tags and then type class is equal to container. So it saves up a lot of time. Sorry for that. Now moving ahead, till now I have showed you how to write li inside of ul like this, but it just gives you a single li tag, and usually we don't work with singles. We at least need 2 to 3 li tags. Now to get that, what we do is ul, then li, then what we use is a multiplier, and then we write the desired number of times we want the li tag to be. Like if I want 5 li tags, I can just write it like this. So it will give me 5 li tags inside a ul. So this is how it works. This asterisk or star, as you may call it, it works as a multiplier. You can also have class here, list item, and it will give you 5 li's. As you can see, li with class of list item multiplied by 5, like this. So it will give you something like this. So this is how it works. Now sometimes what we need something like this. While we are working on HTML and CSS, we want something like this: div with class box1, then box2, then box3. But as you see, I achieved this by this method. I wrote 3 sibling tags, 3 sibling div tags and I gave separate classes to them. But to make it even shorter, we have another very cool way to do it. What we need to do it, we need to mention the class name like this. The box will be the prefix of the class name, and then as we want box 1, box 2, box 3, then 1, 2, 3 are the incrementers. So for incrementation we use the dollar symbol and then multiply it with how many times we want it to be, like 4. So what the dollar will do is it will run from 1 to 4, like this. So the classes we will have are box 1, box 2, box 3 and box 4, Let me go over it once again for you. Now here we have a div with a class of box, and after the box we have a dollar symbol which is an incrementer, and we multiply it by 4. So what it does is it multiplies the incrementer by 4 every time it runs. So first div dot box 1, then div dot box 2, then div dot box 3, and then div dot box 4. So it provides us with 4 divs with box 1, box 2, box 3, and box 4. So this is how this thing works, and you can also have multiple incrementers in one, like div with an with a class of box dollar into 5, and then another class of, let's say, container into 5. So it will give me divs with two classes, box 1 container 1, and the one will move on with box 2 container 2, box 3 container 3, like this. Oh, it didn't work. Oh, I forgot to put the dollar sign here. So as soon as I put the dollar sign and I press enter, you can see it. Box 1 container 1, box 2 container 2, box 3 container 3, and so on. So this is how the incrementer works. Now moving ahead, I will also show you some another very handy way. As the div tag is the most commonly used tag around any HTML page that we create, so if you want to create a div tag with certain class names, you don't need to write it like div.box. You can just write .box and it will give you a div with class box. Same goes with ID. Just write hashtag myid and it will give you a div with mydiv. Since div is the most commonly used tag, this works with only div only. So this is how this works. Now I will show you how we work with CSS as well. So emmet can be very useful in CSS also. Like I can have the body tag and very basic properties such as width. I press W and I press 10, so it will give me a width of 10 pixels. By default, if I don't mention any unit, then it will take it as pixels like this. So you see W10 works as width 10, and we have other properties as well, such as margin, M for margin. Then if I want 10, let's say 1M, so margin of 1M, M 1M, it will give me a margin of 1M. Same will go with padding as well, padding of 1M, and it will give me something like this. You can have it for many properties, like if you want line height, so LH 10, and it will give you line height of 10. So this is all how it works. You just get the idea. I guess you get the idea of how this emmet works. So this was it. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to drop a like and drop a comment, or if you have any queries regarding it, I will definitely try to clear your queries. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.